Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have a video here from the proud youth of Tmoa. Who knows who the proud youth of Tmoa are, and what exactly that entails, and how young youth is, and how much what youth means to them, what age range. I would consider youth like my age, 25 and younger. But whatever. So they have been ramping out their content as of late, and they've been putting out videos. I would assume this is because of R2F, and you guys want to try to control the narrative, I guess, in some shape or form, and try to like silently refute us, and the things that we have said. Um, it sounds good. But I want this to be very clear. This is not in any way, shape, or form, by any means. Is this a refutation? Is this refuting us? Isn't saying, hey, listen, what they have said is wrong. This is the truth. No, all they're doing is putting out fluff pieces, and trying to garner support and re-strengthen the bonds that they have for the people who are in the Jamaat still. And in the Jamaat, I mean like loyal to it, like they're diehards, they're Jelaniist, and they fully believe everything that was said, and still believe it to this day, despite the numerous amounts of Shirk and Bida, and haram things, halalas, terrorist, all the things, right? Um, Despite all this, they have excuse me, they have ramped up their content, and I mean, I don't have a problem with them making content, but like don't ever think that them making content is a way to refute us at all, until they can deal with the seven sultan beliefs and the numerous accounts of Shirk and him claiming to have a higher status than the angels and all this wild stuff. Until they can actually refute that or have a response to that at all, then that'll be that. And it's like, they're not even doing like a live show or anything like that, because they don't actually want questions asked, because they know that if they ever do a live show, we'll be there. I'll make time to be there and ask questions, which they won't answer. Um, Numerous times we've always said the show is an open invite. Anyone can come on the show and try to refute us and try to tell us why we're wrong and why we're not being fair to them, or whatever the heck. And I mean, I would hope that if they ever did a live show, they could like, hey, listen, it's their platform, right? Because the RTL platform is tainted, right? So no one can come on our show who's a Jamadi and refute us, because we're not truthful, we're not honest. So my challenge to you, the proud youth of Team Away, is have a live show, have a live Zoom show, right? Invite Joshua Mubarak and I, and we can go from there. Unless you guys are just terrified, which I'm saying this knowing they're not gonna ever do it, because if they ever did a live show, live Zoom show on YouTube where it's recording live for everyone to see, all they're gonna do is just look foolish, and not have anything to respond to, and we just ask them the basics, like, hey, do you think it's okay to call someone a law? And they're gonna be like, Mubarak Delani was such just a good man. Like, so this is essentially what this is in video format. So we're gonna get into this, inshallah. I'm not gonna watch the whole video, but I mean,
He's the beloved of the beloved.
Okay, so we're only 5 seconds in, but listen, I don't have a problem with nasheeds for the most part. But I'm always failing to see the need or usefulness of other nasheeds, right? When the Quran is right there, like that person has a pretty good singing voice, right? Have them recite the Quran instead. Any surah, any few ayats, anything. That's better than whatever the heck I just heard in the first opening 5 seconds of this. It would have been better. Flight of the White Hawk.
وعبد القادر المشهور اسمي وجدي صاحب العين الكمالي.
Okay, I don't even know what this is. I can assure you, this is definitely. I don't even know what this is. Ancestor is possessed. One possessed with insight. Okay, now.
Without Murshid, you cannot achieve anything. You cannot achieve anything. Your Murshid, not only me, but Hawsat Azam is also your Murshid. Rasulullah Sallam is also your Murshid.
Okay, wait. So listen. Obviously, they watched the videos and the show, right? So last week on the show, I said, when they have Mubarak speak now on this channel and other channels, they have done the courtesy of having subtitles for Mubarak when he speaks, because Mubarak, as we know, as you just heard, English isn't his first language; it's not his strong suit, right? So because I mentioned that last week, in order to spite me and everyone else, they have taken off the subtitles. And so whatever he just said, I have no idea. The only thing I heard was Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and something about before me. I don't know. It wasn't clear. And yeah, no, they yeah, at them back. Please. I'm sorry I called you guys out on it. I'm sure you guys saw the freaking live show and like, dang, Amr's right. We just admitted that he doesn't speak English very well. So dang. But listen, ignore me, all right? Because listen, if you're gonna ignore me telling you that you're upon shirk and falsehood, right? And my co-host saying the same thing, then ignore me on on the part of having subtitles. It's fine. Just let it be there, you know. Oh, this is Red House. Look at that, because I know like most of these brothers. Well, this is Khadi Mahmoud. This is what's his face? He's married to that. He runs the meat store, and I believe this is I believe I know this is. I think that's Brother Mustafa. I want to say. And, oh, look at that! It's Ahmed Pearson's. Listen, Ahmed. Listen. Um, we say this every time that you appear on any sort of Jamaat video or whatever the heck you have going on. Listen, you need to be a man, all right, and unblock your father. You know how childish you are to unblock your father. Girls block dudes on the internet. Like that's what it appears. That's like it's very soft of you to block your father. Because again, like I mentioned before on the show, who's checking your phone? Like, is Noor okay to go into your phone and like, let me see your phone, Ahmed, and let me make sure that Abdul Adim is blocked? Like, no one's doing that. You did that of your own volition. Like, it's weird. Sorry. Are you just gonna sing the whole time? So this guy here's the leader because they don't know it, or like he just reading it because he didn't know himself, or is it like they just all collectively have no idea what they're saying? That definitely like it's in the Quran. All right, listen. So they just sing. And I've done the courtesy of looking this up. So this is the thing that they're singing, and reciting. Lord knows what this means. So cups of union, the beloved gave me to drink. So I told my wine, advanced towards me. Then it moved and walked to me in cups. In my intoxication, so looks at that. They're talking about freaking being drunk and stuff. Let's see this. As a Muslim, we already know you don't drink anymore. This is like talking about this. I am a white falcon, every mystic, who is there among the saints to give this to me, like the mighty one, the chain. Like all of this is fluff, bro. All of this is fluff. All right, and this is riddled with shirk. This isn't even like, oh my god, it's just poetry. No, this is clear as day shirk. Like I am Al Jalani. My name is Muhayyiddin, and my banner flutters on mountaintops. Like what? Abdul Qadir is my famous name. My sister is one possessed with insight perfect. No, none of this is true. On the first of any Islamic lunar month, recite Khasatul Asala, or whatever the hell, at least 41 times after Isha or Tahajjud. Recite the Sharif 11 times before, after offer Fatiha for Sayyidina Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and also to Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, Rahma, and all of the Mashyukh of the Qadri Tariqa. So listen, they have this whole like prescription thing here, right? There is nothing here, and this is something because for a lot of folks who are like loyalists to the Jamaat, right? A big thing for them is that we are not scholars, we are not students of knowledge, we are not sheikhs ourselves, right? And this is so lazy. Wallahi, this is lazy. As a Muslim, you're supposed to always be seeking knowledge, and always trying to further your Islamic education and learning more about your religion as a whole. And so I've been taking classes, Islamic classes, online for like a month or two now. And by all means, a lot of folks probably know more than me. Like there's folks in the Jamaat who are a hafiz of Quran, and they study overseas, yada yada. All that's great, but if you have this knowledge and don't know anything at all, it's actually kind of bad because like, what did you actually learn? So first thing first, there is nothing linking this, right? This first paragraph thing, number one, right, where it tells you what to do and recite this 41 times and 11 times and all that stuff, right? It doesn't say narrated by Abu Hurairah. I heard the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say this, right? It doesn't say narrated by a sheikh who said this, and then he traces it back to a sheikh who said this, who takes it back to so and so and so and so, who takes it back to Ibn Taymiyyah, who takes it back to this. Like, so the chain of generation is not there, right? So this isn't hadith. This is not. It's not a hadith. This is not Sahih hadith. This is not found in Bukhari or Muslim. This is not found in At-Tirmidhi. None of this is found there, right? And then, so it's not even like, oh, this is a hadith, or maybe it got lost in translation. Maybe it's like a slightly weak. Maybe it's weak. So possibility, right? There's no ayahs of the Quran, right, that says, okay, this is Surah to Najm verse 30, or this is Surah to verse 11, right? So there's no linking this to link this to Islam, right? It's not linked to any scholars at all. This is just some made up BS, right? Which is again what they do, and then like they're just making up things, and again there is no like linkage to anything Islamic at all. Like this could be anything, and this is clearly not like scholarly or anything at all, because even in secular schools, right? And secular schools are filled with such BS. All right, I've taken so many classes in secular classes, and even they give credit where it's due, right? If they take something from someone, right, they will generally link it, say, hey, I got this from Dr. Weber, and Dr. Weber wrote a book about this, and this is the book title, and this is where it was publicized. So like you have to cite your sources, right? They are running a citation-free paper, poem, whatever the hell thing, which literally has no basis in Islam at all. They haven't like, sure, just because you say Allah's name, right, and Rasulullah does not like mean that this is Islamic, because there's very strict guidelines and things that say, hey, listen, we know what isn't from Islam, and we also know very clearly what happens to people who lie on Allah's name. It doesn't ever end well, right? So y'all are spending 6 minutes or however long, maybe it's 5 minutes, reciting and singing this Flight of the White Hawk speech, right? And has nothing at all that correlates itself to Islam. Period. There's no scholars. There's no anyone else in the world who's like, I mean, yeah, this is something that's credible, right? Like this thing says the 10th stanza. So George Costanza, right? George Costanza be read 1,500 times a day for 11 days. Like, huh? Where are these prescriptions coming from? Like, this is another reason why like you can't take this seriously, because there's a branch of Islamic studies that's like the healing powers of the Quran, right? But those things aren't like revolutionary. It's not like a person opened the Quran and he was the only person to ever find out that, hey, listen, if I read this surah 55 times in a row, I will be cured of this illness, right? But if I read it 54 times, it doesn't work, or 56. So like these specific numbers, like unless a law specifically says to do this, then all this is make believe, all this is bid'ah, all this is shirk, and it's taking you out before Islam. Because like it, again, where's the linkage to this? Where's the proof that says, hey, listen, this is something you have to do? Where does it say, oh, listen, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was seen doing this? The Sahabas, right, were seen doing this. Like if if it's like, okay, well, there's a chain of narration that says I saw Umar ibn Khattab do this, right? Then cool, but y'all don't even have anything of that. It's just some random person we don't know, and Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. So you're taking your Islamic knowledge from some Pakistani folks you don't know, and to be very clear, listen, I understand that they have straight hair, and some of them speak English. Pakistanis are not Arabs. Islam did not start in Pakistan. It didn't start in India. Pakistan's like maybe 80 years old. It's like hasn't been on that long. So please, like, if you're going to do things and read things, especially because I found this on Google, so it's you can get it translated. This isn't the time way back when the elders were having to go through every book of Sahih, Muslim, Bukhari, find things. Right, the internet is your biggest resource. Use it, and it translates things for you. So this is all translated. And if you read this out loud, it's not doing you any favors. This isn't getting closer to Allah. This isn't like uh making your Murshid Hamil be correct. It's not what it's doing. It's actually doing the opposite. And it's sad that this is what they do and just sing happily, gleefully, and like, I can't look at them. They're just so enthralled into this foolishness. Like, what is this? But yeah, I didn't mean for the video to be this long, but I mean, when these things just pop up and they're, because it'd be different. It'd be different if they were doing this, behind closed doors, right? And it wasn't put out to the world. But they're like sinning publicly, which like they're they're openly doing this publicly, and they're putting it out for the world to see. Like, YouTube is a public platform, so if this video goes viral, right? So let's say that this video goes viral, right? And it blows up, and it gets freaking like, so it's at 400 views. Let's say it gets freaking like 10,000 views, right? And some credible scholars and shayukhs find the video. I'm like, okay, these people are crazy. These people are majnoon. Then what? It's not gonna just be R2F. So they need to do better. Assalamu alaikum.